On January 24, 2025, Gabriel Morales listed a dark red 1994 Ford Ranger pickup truck for sale on Facebook Marketplace. His wife, Eliza, was 5 months pregnant. They lived together in Downers Grove, Illinois, a suburb about half an hour outside downtown Chicago. That same day, 19-year-old Nidis Ravoukas expressed interest in the vehicle and reached out to Gabriel. Later that evening, Ravoukas arrived at the couple's apartment to check out the truck. He bought it and left with it that night. The transaction seemed straightforward. A pickup truck listed online, sold within 24 hours. But Gabriel and Eliza accidentally left their own license plates on the vehicle. 2 days later, Ravoukas arranged to meet at the couple's apartment to return the plates and obtain a bill of sale. January 26th. Surveillance video from the apartment shows Ravoukas meeting 30-year-old Eliza Morales in her apartment at 5:28 in the evening. She was home by herself. Eliza gave Ravoukas the license plates. She handed him a screwdriver. He went out to the truck and came back. He entered the residence. The door shut behind them. Video captured him holding a shiny tool that resembled a screwdriver behind his back. At 5:47 p.m., roughly 20 minutes after he arrived, surveillance video shows a struggle between him and Eliza near the doorway. The door appeared to open and close multiple times. The door handle turned from the inside of the apartment in what appeared to be someone trying to escape. Ravoukas killed Eliza by stabbing her 70 times inside the apartment. As she fought for her life, she told him she was pregnant. He also stabbed the family dog who escaped and survived. He took available materials and started a fire inside the apartment. Then he fled in the truck. At 6:09 p.m., roughly 20 minutes after the struggle was captured on video, the Downers Grove Fire Department received a fire alarm alert from the building and responded to the scene. Eliza's body was discovered near the apartment front door. She was pronounced dead after being placed in an ambulance. The response from law enforcement was overwhelming. The clock was ticking. This was not someone who died because of an accidental house fire. This was a murder. The suspect was still on the loose. The Downers Grove Police Department quickly identified the suspect. At 11:42 p.m., they observed the pickup truck in the driveway of a house on Spruce Lane in Westmont. Ravoukas was taken into custody. Within 6 hours, he was identified, located, and arrested. He was charged with first-degree murder, 1 count of intentional homicide of an unborn child, armed robbery, aggravated arson, and aggravated cruelty to animals. Ravoukas was arrested at the home he shared with his girlfriend. The truck was found right in the driveway. He had not traveled far after the murder. Westmont is less than 10 minutes from Downers Grove. Police conducted a search warrant at the residence. They located boots believed to have been worn by Ravoukas at the time of the offense. They observed what appeared to be blood on those boots. Additional clothing was also located. Police executed a search warrant on the truck. Apparent blood was located on the driver's door and steering wheel. Ravoukas also discarded a trove of evidence at a local department store. Police continued their investigation, which led them to an Ace Hardware store at 63rd and Main. In the garbage at that location, they located additional clothing that had been worn at the time of the offense. They also located Eliza's work lanyard and work ID from Lurie Children's Hospital, where Eliza worked, as well as her husband's debit card. There were gloves that appeared to have blood on them, as well as pieces of Eliza's phone. During the first interview, Ravoukas was not very cooperative, other than telling detectives he was there. During the second interview, he made statements that implicated him in the crime. Once in custody, Ravoukas told detectives he was at the couple's apartment following their arrangement to return the license plate and retrieve the bill of sale. He then claimed he left through the main entrance to the apartment building, but surveillance footage contradicted that statement. It appears he never left the apartment. The second interview produced a confession. He admitted to killing Eliza. He told them he stabbed her 10 times, which was far less than the 60 autopsy records would later reveal. When asked why the altercation happened in the first place, he told them he was angry about the condition of the truck he had purchased and took out his frustration on the victim. Ravoukas continued to confess. He said he started the fire in the apartment by stacking items onto the kitchen stove and using chemicals and sanitizer as accelerants. He admitted to taking Eliza's phone with him, later snapping it in half in his vehicle and throwing it from the car window around a nearby Best Buy store. When it came to the alleged murder weapon, he told detectives he discarded a knife used in the attack near another road in town. His interview also revealed he went to the hardware store to change his jacket, remove bloody clothing, and use bathroom cleaner in an attempt to remove blood off of him. Ravoukas was crying at times while left alone in an interview room. He later accompanied detectives to recover evidence. He told them he didn't mean to attack Eliza and that she didn't do anything wrong. During a hearing on January 29th, Ravoukas was ordered to remain in custody without bail until his upcoming trial date. His arraignment was scheduled for February 18th, but Friday morning, local reports revealed he was transported to the hospital in critical condition following that hearing. He had self-inflicted injuries. It remained unclear if he was at any point placed on suicide watch. Autopsy records from the DuPage County coroner found approximately 70 stab wounds, primarily to Eliza's head and neck, with most inflicted by a knife. The coroner also noted defensive injuries and bruising to her genital area. A sexual assault kit was conducted on Eliza's body. The coroner's report confirmed Eliza was 5 months pregnant at the time of her death, which was determined to be multiple sharp force injuries. Soot was also found in her airways. The baby died because of injuries to the mother. Eliza leaves behind her husband Gabriel, as well as a 2-year-old daughter. A GoFundMe campaign was set up for the family. As of January 30th, it had raised more than $120,000. Her family wrote that she came into their lives with a kindness that felt effortless. She was the type of person who would give the shirt off her back to a stranger. Her generosity was not an act. It was her nature. Eliza was a devoted mother, gentle, patient, and fiercely committed to her family. The way she cared for her daughter, the way she supported her home, the way she loved without limits, was a blessing to witness. She worked hard not for recognition, but because she believed in building a strong, loving foundation for her family. Everything she did was rooted in love. She was motivated by family, driven by loyalty, and guided by a heart that was truly selfless. Her loss is a pain that sits deep within all of us, but her presence remains in every memory, every lesson, every moment she touched. She taught us what it means to give without hesitation, to love without conditions, and to live with sincerity. There was evidence in the car. There was bloody money in the car. He took her debit card. He took her ID. The motive was not simply that he was unhappy about the truck. The evidence suggested robbery. People buy and sell cars all the time. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. The motive appeared to be something darker than dissatisfaction with a vehicle. The timeline mattered. He knew the condition of the car. He took the car away. He had the car for 2 days. He could have contacted the husband to say there were problems. Instead, he went back. The incident happened in the vestibule. It happened as soon as she opened the door. There was an argument and a struggle. It happened right at the door. It was almost immediate. That is not sudden, intense passion. That is premeditation. During questioning, he said that at some point during the attack, she told him she was pregnant, but he continued on with the attack anyway. That detail proved one of the most serious charges against him. To prove intentional homicide of an unborn child, it must be shown that he knew the victim was pregnant. When he made a statement saying she told him she was pregnant, and he continued the murder, he proved that charge by his own words. This case stands out because of the loss of life of a mother and the loss of life of the baby she was expecting. The reasoning is so hard to comprehend. A Facebook marketplace transaction. A suspect with no known criminal history. He was 19 years old. Downers Grove is not a place accustomed to this level of violence. The community was shaken. An entire family was devastated. A 2-year-old daughter lost her mother. A husband lost his wife and unborn child. All of it over an online deal. Ravoukas now faces the consequences of his actions. The evidence against him is extensive. Surveillance video, bloody clothing, and boots. A confession, DNA evidence, discarded personal items belonging to the victim. What would drive someone to the point of such destruction over an event that happens thousands of times a day around the world? There is no answer that makes sense. There is no justification. There is only the reality of what happened and the family left behind to grieve. Eliza Morales was 30 years old. She was a devoted mother. She was a wife. She was loved by everyone who knew her. She is gone forever.